Chapter 11. The Killing of Crazy Horse. One night, early in the moon when the calf grows hair, September, we broke camp there at Red Cloud Agency without making any noise. It started. My father told me we were going to Spotted Tail's camp, but he did not tell me why until later. We traveled most of the night, and then we camped. But when we were moving again the next day, a band of Red Cloud's people overtook us and said there would be bad trouble if we did not come back right away. Some of us turned around then and went back, and soldiers sent the others back a little later. But Crazy Horse went on to his uncle's camp. After what happened, my father told me why Crazy Horse had done this. He was afraid somebody might start trouble down there, where all the soldiers were, and the Wazichus had taken our guns away from us, so that we could do nothing if there was bad trouble. The Wazichus had made Spotted Tail head chief of all the Lakotas because he would do what they wanted, and Crazy Horse thought we might be safer there with his uncle. Afterwards, the hang-around-the-fort people said that he was getting ready to tie up his horse's tail again and make war on the Wazichus. How could he do that when we had no guns and could not get any? It was a story the Wazichus told, and their tongues were forked when they told it. Our people believe they did what they did because he was a great man, and they could not kill him in battle, and he would not make himself over into a Wazichu, as Spotted Tail and the others did. That summer, my father told me, the Wazichus wanted him to go to Washington with Red Cloud and Spotted Tail and others to see the Great Father there, but he would not go. He told them that he did not need to go looking for his Great Father. He said, "My Father is with me, and there is no Great Father between me and the Great Spirit." In the evening of the next day, after we got back to Red Cloud's agency, some soldiers came there, bringing Crazy Horse with them. He was riding his horse alone, a little way ahead. They did not stay there long, but rode over to the soldiers' town, and my father and I went along with many others to see what they were going to do. When we got over there, we could not see Crazy Horse, because there were soldiers and Lakota policemen all around where he was, and people crowding outside. In just a little while, I could feel that something very bad was happening in there, and everybody was excited all at once, and you could hear voices buzzing all around. Then I heard a loud cry in our own language, and it said, "Don't touch me! I am Crazy Horse!" And suddenly something went through all the people there like a big wind that strikes many trees all at once. Somebody in there yelled something else, but everybody around me was asking or telling everybody what had happened, and I heard that Crazy Horse was killed, that he was sick, that he was hurt. And I was frightened because everything felt the way it did that day when we were going up to kill on the greasy grass, and it seemed we might all begin fighting right away. Then everything got quiet, and everybody seemed to be waiting for something. Then the people began to break up and move around, and I heard that Crazy Horse had just taken sick, and maybe he would be all right soon. But it was not long until we all knew what had happened in there, because some of the people saw it happen, and I will tell you now how it was. They told Crazy Horse they would not harm him if he would go to the soldiers' town and have a talk with the Wazichu chief there. But they lied. They did not take him to the chief for a talk. They took him to the little prison with iron bars on the windows, for they had planned to get rid of him. And when he saw what they were doing, he turned around and took a knife out of his robe and started out against all those soldiers. Then Little Big Man, who had been his friend, and was the one who told us boys that we were brave before my first fight when we attacked the wagons on Warbonnet Creek, took hold of Crazy Horse from behind and tried to get the knife away. And while they were struggling, A soldier ran a bayonet into Crazy Horse from one side at the back, and he fell down and began to die. Then they picked him up and carried him to the soldier chief's office. The soldiers stood all around there and would not let anybody in and made the people go away. My father and I went back to our camp at Red Cloud Agency. That night, I heard mourning somewhere. And then there was more and more mourning until it was all over the camp. Crazy Horse was dead. He was brave and good and wise. He never wanted anything but to save his people, and he fought the Wazachus only when they came to kill us in our own country. He was only 30 years old. They could not kill him in battle. They had to lie to him and kill him that way. I cried all night, and so did my father. When it was day, Crazy Horse's father and mother brought him over to our camp in a wagon. Then they put him in a box, and I heard that they had to cut him into 2 pieces because the box was not long enough. They fastened the box on a pony drag and went away alone toward the east and north. I saw the 2 old people going away alone with their son's body. Nobody followed them. They went all alone, and I can see them going yet. The horse that pulled the pony drag was a buckskin. Crazy Horse's father had a white-faced bay with white hind legs. His mother had a brown mare with a bay colt. The old people never would tell where they took the body of their son. Nobody knows today where he lies, for the old people are dead too. Many have talked about the place, and some have said they knew where it was and would not tell. And many think it is somewhere on Bear Creek in the Badlands. I know one thing, and this is it. The old people came with the body right down Pepper Creek, which is just a little way across the hill from where we are. There were 2 hunters who were hunting along the creek there, and they saw 2 old people coming with a pony drag. And when they told my father about this, they said a buckskin was pulling the drag that had a box on it, that the old man rode a white-faced bay with white hind legs, and the old woman rode a brown mare with a bay colt. These hunters saw the old people coming down Pepper Creek, and later on they saw the old people again on White Horse Creek, which is just a little way down Pepper Creek from where they were before. And the hunters said the box was not on the drag anymore. So I think that maybe they hid the body somewhere on Pepper Creek over there because the hunters had seen them. And maybe they went back again at night and took the box away into the Badlands. But Crazy Horse might be lying over there just a little way from us right now on Pepper Creek, across that hill yonder. I do not know. It does not matter where his body lies, for it is grass, but where his spirit is, it will be good to be.